Joe, Hendler here, the Average Dude Slow-Pitch. Today, we're gonna go ahead and bring out the entire 2024 line of the DMarini APC techs. Reason for that is I've had a lot of messages lately about the Twisted Mistress mid-load, that red, white, and blue that's dropped. And unfortunately, that one was somewhat of a limited run. So they're not being restocked HB, that's sold out. There's, I think, a few 24s, 25s left at DMarini. So what I'm trying to show you here is that while that Twisted Mistress mid-load obviously was really, really good, I gamed it there for a little while, you're not gonna go wrong with any of the APCs, let you kind of see their performance. And some of them are on sale currently at Headbangers, and I think just about all of them are still in stock in some capacity. So with that being said, what we've got for you today is, in release order from left to right, we've got the Lady Cartel. That's our 13.5 mid-load, got a little bit of the tacky barrel, alloy stiff handle. Then we've got the 12.5 inch, 1 ounce end load, gold vanilla gorilla. That's the stiff composite handle. Only thing to note on that one is those do seem a little bit lighter, even with that 1 ounce end load. So I personally would go up an ounce on that one if you like kind of more the traditional, the heavier feel on the stickers. But if you go with your normal weight, I don't think you'll really be that disappointed. Just know though, it doesn't have that overload 1 ounce that some companies like Pier, they're 1 ounce, you know you're swinging a 1 ounce. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you want to see the full review on it, obviously all of these have their own videos out. Just go ahead and search the channel for them. Then we've got the Twisted Mistress end load. That's Jeremy Yates' bat. That's the 13 inch, also that super stiff composite handle, 1/2 ounce end load. Then we got the Lady S&I, the stiff composite, 13.5 inch mid-load. Then we got the mid-load Twisted Mistress, 13 inch, like I said, mid-load composite handle. Then we jump back into the alloy handle with the standard issue. That's the military one. We've got Dustin Roberts, Joel Sanchez, and Jeff Roxby on that one. A very limited run. Somehow there are still some in stock, but 13.5 inch barrel, like I said, 1/2 ounce end load, alloy handle on that one. And then lastly, the most recent drop, and my current gamer, I absolutely love it, but the DMarini Culture, that's a 1 ounce end load that's gonna give you the traditional 1 ounce end load feel, 13 inch barrel, and then back to that stiff composite handle. Again, you can kind of see the reviews on all these back on the page. We're gonna go ahead, get roughly five good barrels per each one. You're gonna see the same amount of swings with each bat. 5 is the current plan. We have some wind maybe coming later today, so that may change. But from there, it's all Pro-Ms that we'll be using. Pro-Ms with the Worth gold dots, the ZNs, not the hardcores, regular ZN Pro-Ms, and then Razzo Pro-Ms. And again, like we mentioned before, there are normal BP balls, so they've been in the bag for a while. So any performance you see here, I can guarantee you'll see a tick up in performance. Go back, look up BSC on kind of Facebook, and you'll see from this weekend at BSC Worlds, the Culture is being swung a lot, and there were some balls hit very, very hard with those traditional game balls. So let's go ahead, get some swings, see how they perform, and then we'll come back and just kind of talk about them in the final thoughts. All right, obviously in the intro, we went kind of release order, as I mentioned, just kind of talking through the bats. For this one, not really a specific order. I'll throw the bats up on the screen so you see which ones we're swinging in case you're just kind of cutting through the video. But I'm gonna start with the mid-load Twisted Mistress just because this is the only one that's sold out and probably the one I get the most messages about. So again, kind of purpose on this video is just to show you that, hey, all these APC techs are generally the same, absolute gas, can be gamed from the start, and just show you just how hot they get. So I figure might as well compare it to the one that everyone's been kind of wanting. The one that I gamed here for a little bit, I am gaming the Culture and the Yates now, but just so you can kind of see that, see the comparison to it, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it in the final thoughts.
97 miles per hour.
Dang, that one felt good.
Yeah.
101 miles per hour.
Okay.
Ooh, there's the Twisted hot spot right there.
100 miles per hour.
Woo-wee.
98 miles per hour.
Yeah. See, that's the one right there. Got there quick.
100 miles per hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Lady Cartel.
103 miles per hour.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
102 miles
Yeah,
per
see,
hour.
that's the one right there, buddy. That's the one.
This is one of the earlier releases for anybody that's been following along. The Gold Gorilla, the Yates, and this were kind of that first batch of APCs at the start of the year. I'm gonna say we probably didn't give it enough credit because that Gold Gorilla came out and was kind of the hyped bat along with the Yates. But as we swing this now, I forgot exactly how good it is. And it's basically the mid-load Twisted Mistress with just 1/2 inch more. Remember, it's mid-loaded, 13.5. It's got a little bit of a tacky barrel. That's one of the differences. Alloy handle. The Twisted is a composite, but they're both alloy stiff, composite stiff, so you're not really seeing a huge difference other than sound.
100 miles per hour.
Whoo-wee.
Perfect.
104 miles per hour.
Golly. 2 seconds.
101 miles per hour.
101 knuckler. Well, there's our R5 with the cartel. Again, it's been a while since I swung it. That alloy handle is really the only difference, plus the obviously 1/2 inch difference on barrel from the Twisted Mistress mid-load. So just something to keep in mind there. Between the compression on both, if you remember from the intro, the Twisted's almost game ready for me. It's like 255. That cartel is only sitting about 265-ish to 270 is where it was at. Didn't have many swings on it. So for the speeds we saw, I mean, pretty much spot on there. Again, end of the video, we're gonna throw up a quick kind of overlay of what all the bats hit, top speed plus averages, something along those lines. I don't know specifically what it's gonna be. And then kind of where you can find them and hopefully price points as well. Gold Gorilla next. This is our 12.5 inch. They are 1 ounce end loads. Biggest caveat on this one is just, they do weigh a little light though. So I would go up an ounce in these ones, especially if you like that truer feel. So this is a 27 1 ounce end load. It feels every bit like one of my 26, like my 26.5 Brady is probably what I would compare this to.
102 miles per hour. 103 miles.
Okay, that's the
per
one.
hour.
That's what's gonna be. Here.
As a reminder too, this one was testing right at 265, I think just over 265. Again, the only two that we have that are testing in that 250, 255 range, Twisted Mistress end load and Twisted Mistress mid load. So the Yates and the mid load Mistress. And that's because those ones have been in my bag a little bit longer.
104 miles per hour.
Ah,
Oh my!
107 miles per hour.
Holy crap! 107 on a line! That ball got out of here in a hurry.
that's a timer ball right there.
104 miles per hour.
Holy
thing.
crap. That ball was still on the rise. Well, I knew I liked this one from the start. This was one of my favorites early on, but there you have it. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about each of these. I mean, there's 7 bats like we talked about, so we're gonna keep rolling, but you've seen the performance. We'll talk about them a little bit at the end. I don't want this video to be too long. So, all right, on to the Twisted Mistress end load. Jeremy Yates' bat, 13 inch 1/2 ounce. Again, this is one of our 2, along with the other Mistress that are sitting at like 255, while the rest are between 265, 270. And then the Culture's the only one I actually pulled out of the wrapper because I gamed it recently this last weekend, and it's sitting right at 250, so I don't want to mess with my gamer at this point.
105 miles
That one has
per
to
hour.
work. That one has to work.
Whew.
100 miles per hour.
Woohoo!
Bink.
106 miles per hour. 102 miles per hour.
Yikes.
Woohoo!
106 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Well, there's our swing with the Twisted Mistress, the Yates model. Again, this one and the other one sitting about 255 compression, slightly lower, but we've seen speeds with all of them easily in the triple digits. So you're seeing that APC tech at work. I'll go Lady SNI next. 13.5 inch barrel, mid load as well.
102 miles per hour. 104 miles per hour.
Woohoo! The only thing, you may notice it too, the difference in sound you've heard so far from this one to a couple ago with the Lady Cartel, which are both 13.5 mid loads, is this is that ultra stiff, I forget exactly what it's called, something .4 composite that they use, the Lady Cartel's alloy. So I think that's what drives the difference in sound. Again, that could maybe not be the reason, but that's the only thing I can see. They've got generally, actually have the same end cap, barrel length, all that kind of stuff. So maybe the tacky barrel, but I really think it's just the handles on them.
100 miles per hour.
That was a little high, the sweet spot too. You could feel it stiffen up a little bit. Still came off 100 in knuckleball.
108 miles
There you
per
go.
hour.
Oh, boy.
Another 90. Another 90.
So yeah. All right, well, there's a slight sound change. So with these longer barrels, you just gotta understand the sweet spot. You need time for them to open up. That was a no kidding sweet spot, and you still saw the performance you're getting when you're not catching the no kidding sweet spot. So
98 miles per hour.
oh boy.
Back trees.
Yeah, still fitting up for the SNI. Yep, there you have it again, that 13.5 inch barrel. None of the APCs are letting us down. We're gonna hop over to the standard issue now. Then we got the culture, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, we're at the standard issue now. 13.5-inch barrel, half-ounce unload. Again, it's that military issue one. It's got Joel Sanchez, the teammate there, Jeff Roxby, Dustin Roberts, all kind of military guys. 2 of the 3 are playing conference currently. Roxby with straight play, and then Joel Sanchez with sports reach. I've had lucky enough to go ahead and play with Joel finally after playing against him for years.
101 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour.
Okay, so that's 2.
Whew. And this is one of the 2 that are testing the highest. This one was just barely under 275. And you're gonna, and the culture's literally out of the wrapper. These are gonna be the first swings we have. And I know it's not ideal when you have bats that are a little bit lower, but again, with these APC techs, they break in so fast, sweet spot's so good, it doesn't really matter. But like I said, the culture that I have with swings is at 250. I've put a ton on it. It's game ready, and that's what I game, so I didn't want to risk blowing it up or dropping it to fail.
100 miles per hour. 105 miles per hour.
Man, this standard issue eats.
100 miles per hour.
There we have it with our standard issue. Again, one of our higher compressing ones. We'll talk about all of them a little bit in the final thoughts. I don't want to do it now, make the video too long, but I think you've kind of seen APC performance at this point. Moving on to our last one, my current gamer, well, the model of my current gamer, the Culture, 13-inch, 1-ounce unload.
100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
107 miles per hour.
God damn. Okay. that one you have to use.
107 on an absolute line.
103 miles per hour.
Oh my God.
Other field.
Oh my goodness. 103 way onto the other field. Good thing there's no fast pitch players out there today, where we have to be doing something a little different.
110 miles per hour.
Yeah.
110.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this bat.
108 miles per hour.
Well, and there you have it. Our APC techs, absolute gas. We'll talk about here in final thoughts, but the fact this is our highest testing bat at the start, oh boy. All right, and there we have it. We got our 5 good barrels here with the entire 2024 line of DMarini APCs. Obviously, if you look at these online, yes, they're 2025 as far as they're concerned, but to not confuse everybody, these are all the APCs that dropped in 2024. So as you kind of saw with them, again, the whole idea here was to show you that all the APC tech is pretty much the same with some slight differences based on handles, end loads, things like that. But at this point, you can pick the specs that you like, and you're still gonna get that top end performance. I think, if I remember correctly, the Culture was our top speed. We got to 110 with it finally, which makes me even more excited we're getting some hardcores coming in, some stadiums, some super dupers, and then we're gonna have some more of those Onyx balls used at BSC. And at the end of each video, we're gonna start including like 5 to 10 swings with those more game type balls that everyone's using. So if you're playing in tournaments where you can use any ball you want, or if you're somewhere where the hardcores are allowed, the super dupers, whatever it might be, you can see more what that top line performance is gonna look like versus the speeds that we're kind of getting and performance we're getting with the BP balls that we've had. But I'm not gonna go through each of these individually. That would be a really long outro. You kind of saw the performance there. If you wanna see a full length on each of these bats, they're all on the channel. Just search the one you want, you'll find it. Again, it's been a while on some of them. Cartel, Cartel was the first one to drop, and then the VG Yates kind of came out a little bit later on, so on and so forth. But all of these are still pretty much in stock other than the mid-load, and I'm gonna put these down. These are getting real heavy there. But all of them are still in stock at Headbangers and DMarini other than the mid-load. At DMarini, the mid-load's available in 24 and 25. I don't have a discount code for that, but if you wanna pick up one of those 24s, 25s, get with me, and I have a way to get you a little bit of a better price than what's on there. Can help you out there. For all the rest of them, it's easy as going to headbangersports.com, using code ADS, and all of them will give you I believe it's a 10% discount, drops almost $25, $30 off, and I believe free shipping as well. Or use the Linktree link down in the description of the video, comment, whatever you might need to do, averagesslowpitch.com. Bunch of different ways to find those codes you figure out they are, or simply reach out to me. I'm usually pretty quick to reply. The only time it becomes somewhat of an issue is if I'm gone for the weekend playing. A lot of times I don't have my phone on me, things like that. So if it's on the weekend, I promise I will get back to you. Might be later in the night or kind of the next day, but just get with me. And if I don't get back with you right away, just message me again. You won't bother me. Re-ping at that point, especially if it's been 24 hours. I might have just kind of thought I replied or meant to and just forgot, whatever it might be. But either way, in my opinion, and Junior was kind of saying the same thing, he got a chance to swing some of these since he wasn't out here the last couple months just due to some stuff with his daughter, fast pitch and whatnot. But the APC Tech, I think, is kind of taken over as the top line for the USSSA market. And as you've seen, if you looked at our rankings on AverageSlowPitch.com, we've got them broken out to where there is no, like, this is the number 1, number 2, number 3 bats, but more of a point system so you can see what we like about each bat. We've got an elite tier, which is all of our kind of top bats, and then an excellent tier, which still very minor drop off from those from the elite to the excellent and so on and so forth. And I think just about every APC bat from this year is in our excellent and our elite tier with, for me at this point, the Culture and the Yates are probably, Culture, Yates, and the mid-load are right there at 1, 2, and 3. Like, they're all in that elite tier portion of it. With, for me, after swinging them a little bit more, I still think the end load Yates and the Culture are, I swing them better, and I think they come off a little better, and I think because that end load really helps the bat come through. But again, Jason Magnum's Gorilla, if you want a shorter barrel, is gas. The only downside, again, a little bit on the lighter end as far as the end load goes. So if you want that real 1 ounce end load, you're gonna have to go to the Culture. But again, I don't want to drone on about all these. Again, performance kind of spoke for itself. You saw what we were doing there with those. If we get a chance to get some of the harder balls out here, we'll probably pick a couple of these to swing up against some other bats as well, just so you can see how that performs. And then later on in the year, as it gets a little bit colder, we'll bring a couple of the ones I still have on hand back out and show you kind of how they perform in the colder months. But again, Magnum's bat, Yates' bat, they dropped earlier in this year when it's still a little cold. I swung them plenty, didn't break any of them. I broke 1 Yates all year, and that was my gamer for a handful of tournaments plus a lot of BP. So either way, hopefully it's kind of help you decide on picking up an APC barrel if that's what you're looking to do. If you're somebody who's been like trying to find the Twisted Mistress midload this whole time, it's been sold out. Now I think you can safely go with any of these other models based on the weighting you like, barrel length, whatever it might be, and you get the performance you want. And honestly, some of them are gonna still outperform at that point as well. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, hopefully it's kind of helped you make a decision. If you have more questions, comments, concerns, just reach out, let me know. Any of the social media platforms, comments, AverageSlowPitch.com. If you want to pick them up, code ADS on HeadbangerSports.com is your kind of ticket for a discount, as well as free shipping. And if you want me to kind of help you order it for you, just reach out to me and I can handle the ordering as well and handle some expedited shipping, all that kind of stuff. But either way, really appreciate the support for the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.